outside the 18, and not just outside the 18, from the corner, like a crazy angle against Michigan, and it was just a couple minutes into the second half of that game. So for whatever reason, she's got that confidence to strike early and strike well. Weber looking to respond. Weber shoots! Oh my goodness! The Huskers answer back! Sarah Weber equalizes!
We said it was going to be exciting. And Sarah Weber, she is so good at just kind of sniffing out opportunities like this where she can put pressure on the center back's back. She can win that ball. She's strong. She's good with it at her feet. And then she perfectly places that once she takes her prep touch, gets her head up, finds her laces of her left, and just buries that into the corner. It stays low, hard for Bodmer to be able to deal with because it's low and driven. It's a great goal by Sarah Weber.
Well, I don't know if we spoke it into fruition or what, or if it truly is just the history between these two teams, but 2 goals in less than 6 minutes of play here at the start of this match.
One of the things we talked to Mike O'Neill about too is how these teams just battle it out every single time that we've called them on the network or anytime that they've just played in conference play. This is a battle between these two squads, and it's so fun to watch these two teams go at it.
Foul called there as the Huskers will get the free kick. Started out as a battle in this one for sure. Senior attacker Sarah Weber, though, scoring her 8th goal of the season, really pacing this Cornhuskers attack. Has been a consistent piece as Nebraska tries to get it up into the attack once again, cleared out of play. But she leads her team in points and goals. Came into this matchup 3rd in the country in shots per game at 5.5, but hasn't quite been converting as much as she would like during this recent stretch, as she's bottled up there just at the edge of the 6. Service back in, headed high. Rutgers trying to clear the pressure. Foul is called as Barron went after that one. Scarlet Knights kick here going forward. Nebraska, led by head coach John Walker, has been at the helm for more than 3 decades. And man, has he had to deal with some tough times this season for the Huskers, as they have had a litany of injuries. The 2023 Big Ten Coach of the Year said to us in all of his time coaching, this might be the most injury-plagued of any team that he has worked with. When you look at season-ending injuries, players who've come in and out, he really just talked about trying to get some consistency in the lineup to help with the chemistry and the way this team is able to play. All out of play there on the far side. On the other side, head coach Mike O'Neill leading the Scarlet Knights for more than a decade. 25th season overall, though, at Rutgers, has been an institution on the bench, has done an excellent job making this team perennial contenders. And something you pointed out to me, Jackie, is a team that annually, I should say, every year flies under the radar. When you talk about teams that are just in that upper echelon of the conference, knocking on the door of winning a championship. He's led this team to 10 straight NCAA tournament berths, but they're maybe not talked about as much as they should be.
I just feel like sometimes they don't get some of those preseason accolades. I mean, you hear a ton about Michigan State in recent years. You hear a ton about Penn State. And Rutgers, they're so consistently good. They're so consistently dangerous, and they don't get talked about as much as I think they maybe deserve to. And this is a team and a program that, like I said, they're so consistently dangerous in the conference play, and they do well in postseason play as well. So it's a team that I like to just kind of watch from the background and see them kind of do their work under the radar and then pop up late in season play.
Coach O'Neill doing a fantastic job. He did lead the Scarlet Knights to their first Big Ten Conference title for the program back in 2021. The team went 10-0 in Big Ten play. That also was the only year that they beat the Cornhuskers. As we pointed out, historically, these teams typically draw. So that was the one time they won, because they went 10-0 in conference play. So if that doesn't put you on the radar, I don't know what does. But this team very much in the mix once again here in this 2024 season. In the expanded Big Ten, they're 4-0-2, so unbeaten so far in Big Ten play. And you just look at the way this team has battled here recently. Pointed out playing a couple of ranked opponents in Penn State and Michigan State on the road. Two teams that have been very much in the conversation of being the best in the Big Ten. And his team fought. They went down and they came back and they found equalizers late in games on the road. I mean, in the Michigan State game, it's in the last couple minutes of regulation. Just goes to show the type of resilience that Coach O'Neill has built up in his team.
Absolutely, and if there's one thing you can't take away from O'Neill in this Rutgers program, it's that this team is battled. They will battle till the very end, and even when they are underdogs or when they're flying under the radar, this team is going to battle you hard. And it's a team that I think has a lot of confidence in themselves on the field, and I think that's one of the things I like most about this program that O'Neill's put together, is that these girls are made to be confident in their decision making and what they're allowed to do on the field and kind of play free. And I think for women's teams in general, sometimes that's hard to get going, and he's done a really good job with that.
Yeah, that's something that Coach O'Neill really impressed upon in the couple times that he talked to us. Bad giveaway, though, for the Scarlet Knights. Here comes Weber, cuts middle, Weber shoots, it takes a deflection, and it sneaks in the corner. Sarah Weber has a brace, and Nebraska leads 2-1.
Starts from this giveaway from Bradley in the middle of the field. She's trying to play it back to that outside winger, but really well done by Nebraska to quickly transition forward. This team is really good in those transition moments, and Weber gets it on her right foot, and this cheeky little assist right here, but gets it on her right foot and just kind of does a little shift to her right left to find some space and then slots it home. It does take a little bit of a deflection, so it finds Olivia Bodmer a little bit off center, but what a goal by Nebraska as a whole, and what a cheeky little slip by Abby Schwartz to set Weber up.
Less than 10 minutes into this match, 3 goals have been scored. Sarah Weber with her 9th on the season, 2nd in this match, putting Nebraska up here in the early going.
I'm talking about Rutgers and how consistent they are. And we do have this Nebraska side, and you can see their first 4 matches, she had 6, next 8, 1, and 2 goals heavy tonight already. But this Nebraska side, I mean, they are known to have the ability to later in the season kind of find their rhythm, especially with all the injuries that they've had. I mean, Coach Walker is such a good coach. He's been around the block with soccer. He knows how to go about a season and how to make sure that they're placed right by the end. But these Nebraska teams have absolutely found their way late. And